Greetings and welcome to SmartWatchTix.com. I hope you can stick with me for this full review because this is an amazing 3-in-1 watch. It has earbuds in it. It has a really incredible speaker in it. And it's a smartwatch to boot. It's a 3-in-1 and it's great. I'm going to get into it and tell you about it once I let you know. It's available from Amazon. Don't get shocked by the price. It's lower. It's a 1.96-inch full touchscreen Retina display. Going to show you more specs in a second. This was the printout of the listing a few days ago. This is where it is right now. $70 on sale through Amazon. They're in their prime mode right now, so that's why I want to put this review up as quickly as possible. As we get into it, you're going to find that it is a really, really wonderfully built watch. This earned best in my title, and I stand by it, the best smartwatch speaker I've ever heard, the best earphones or earbuds I've ever heard tethered with a smartwatch. It's incredible. It's a Series 93, the only combination of wireless Bluetooth headset, smartwatch, and a whole platform. And it's got great aspects to it for the stopwatch, for the smartwatch part as well. It's using the Bluetooth 5.3 hi-fi stereo active noise cancellation in this one. You really gotta check this one out. Wireless Bluetooth headphone, low distortion, custom drivers. I'm telling you, it tells a lot of words here, but it sounds as clean and crisp and full, rich. You'll hear it as a phone, as your phone speaker. And it gets as loud, if not louder, than your phone speaker. It's amazing. A fitness partner with workouts that just go on and on. What does it say? 123 of them? And they're all there. You can scroll through it for hours. Bluetooth link, stable, automatic link, military, tactical, rectangular design, waterproof, awesome. Safety and health features, it's got a unique SOS. It's a Bluetooth calling watch, of course, and you can set Bluetooth an SOS number in here. As long as you have your phone with you, you can activate that from your watch and place a SOS call. You got weather forecasts, sedentary reminders, all the standard stuff. It supports all the different mobile apps you have on your phone to receive messages when you set that up, pretty much including the new threads. Once you activate it to say send notifications, you should be able to get those over to the device as well, even though it's not listed uniquely yet on the watch. 1.5 hour charging, standby to 10 to 25 days. Doesn't say it right here, but it's got a 400 milliamp hour battery in this one. Where is it? IP67, Bluetooth 5.0 for good connectivity, even in the earbuds. Here you go. And 35 milliamp hour true wireless stereo, that's your earbuds, and they charge just by sticking them in as soon as you put them back in the watch. Well, let's take a look at it. You'll see what I mean. When we open it up, there it is, all wrapped up with a nice little cushion. Already has the bands on it. Take it out of its plastic bag, and ta-da! Wow. Okay. Open the bands up. Let's look at it. We've got a little cover on the front. We can take that film off. You have, let's see, it's upside down. It says music watch right down here at the bottom. You have a red button and a black button, and then these two are recessed. I don't know. See, there it's charging the earbud, that one. Looks like where buttons would go, but it's not. And down below it, you've got your sensors with another little film on here. A charging port, which is a 5-port charger, just like what you see on Android smartwatches. And the reason you need that is the outer two provide power. The inner two are for data. And guys, gals, kids, this watch has 4 gigabytes of storage space on it. You do this, plug it into your computer or your Mac, and you get yourself a 4 terabyte thumb drive. Just mounts. You can put anything you want here for transferring data from work to home or whatever. But if you load it up with music files, you'll be able to play those on the watch. And we'll show you that in just a moment. So you've got the connecting cord. You've got a couple of little earbud pieces for the earphones. You've got a user's manual, a screen protector. Nice. And on the manual itself, as it's falling apart on me, let's walk through it. The T93 user's manual with key instructions for first-time use. You're going to set up the app and pair everything up so that you got good connectivity. You want to make sure you're paired for phone calls as well. And by the way, that will also set it up for you to do music streaming. And that is what I'm going to show you first, as soon as we're through with the manual, is how this whole music part works, because that's the best part of the whole watch. Okay, some connections to the app, all your different buttons within the music thing. I flipped through this quickly, just freeze frame it and come back to it if you need some help. And you may, when it comes to pairing the watch, the phone, the earphones, all of those things. More information there, and it continues in English here. So it's a very robust user's manual. Pictures that show you what you're going to see on the device. This is your Siri or Google that you can wake up from the watch, interrogate it through your phone over the internet, and get the answer to come back again. Here's how to do the earbuds. Now this is probably the most important page. Going to tell you all the different taps and pushes and things that you can do with the earbuds to get it to fast forward or go to the next track or back, to activate Siri, to answer, hang up phone calls. All of that is covered in that section of the manual. Here we go. Here it is. Beautiful watch. Give it a press on the red button on the bottom. Wait a second or two. It vibrates and pops into a watch face. Now, here's where we're going to have some fun. I'm sliding out the side. You'll see all this in detail in a minute. But I want to take you over to the music player first of all. You can set this to play music from the watch that's installed in the watch. You can connect a cord and transfer it over. 4 gigabytes of storage in this puppy for all the music you could want. Or you can stream it from your mobile. This is a quasi-always-on display. This is what shows up when it times out. And with your twist your wrist to see the time, it'll come back to this one. Tap it, and it'll come back to the overall watch face. So we were looking at the music player. I have music queued up here. As you saw, we are set up with mobile music right now. Check it out. This is the music playing from the phone to the watch. That's coming out of the watch. It's not coming out of here. No, I'm listening to it. It's not coming out of here. It's coming out of here. And it's not even up all the way. Come back here to me. Okay. Listen to that. Listen how rich that is. Here it is, full volume. Now, what you don't know is when you're holding it or have it on your arm, the bass is vibrating your arm, so you get that whole 3D feeling kind of thing going on. Very, very cool. Now I can switch from mobile music to watch music. I can play from here, and now you're listening to the music stored on the watch. And they've got a few different songs that they give you for samples, but you can load up whatever you want. You want to download a podcast, put it on here, listen to it, you can. Again, crank it up. Very, very nice. Now that, folks, is the speaker in the watch. We haven't even begun to talk about the earbuds, which are equally comparable. They're really sharp, really clean, really crisp. Bluetooth 5 tethering so they don't drop out, and you can set it all up to do the same kind of thing. Oh man, that's worthy of picking up this, especially for $70 or so. Wow. Let me show you something else. Go to a different watch face. Check this out. Now, when we slide that side panel out, we were playing with the music player, but above that is the recorder. This'll blow your socks off. It's ready to go. How you doing today? Are you interested in listening to my voice almost exactly the same as what you're hearing it live? Well, then you're in for a treat because you're about to.
How you doing today? Are you interested in listening to my voice almost exactly the same as what you're hearing it live?
Isn't that amazing? It's super sensitive. You can hear all kinds of sounds around it, the soft ones, the loud ones. And of course, you can throw it away if you want to, if you don't need that anymore. And it's in the WAV format, so you can have hours and hours of recording. And beyond that, check this out. As soon as it stops twirling and catches itself up, I can begin a recording. Now, it started recording, but if I want to leave this, I can go back to my watch face, play with it. I can hit the button and turn it off. I can walk around with the watch. Yes, it is recording as we go. I can bring it back up, come over here, pull up the recorder. You see it's still happening. Stop it at any time you want to. You can just hit the play button and there you are.
Recording now. It started recording, but if I want to leave this, I can go back to my watch face, play with it. I can.
Lots of different capabilities of adjusting the volume the way you need it.
Yes, it is recording as we go.
And did I mention you could pull out the earbuds and listen to the recordings you just made through the earbuds? You can run this puppy 24 hours if you want to, and only use up megabytes of storage space with a 4 gigabyte watch. I don't know if you could go a whole week, day and night, but sure, you can wear it to bed and check for snoring if you want to in the morning. A lot of times I'm interested in seeing what the heck did I say when I said that, and this device will let you do that. So you've got a very sophisticated built-in voice recorder, and are you there? Are you watching the screen? The little black button at the top, press and hold that puppy, and it's going to bring up these options for long press settings, one of which is one-click recording. I'm going to put it on that one. Maybe you don't want to record all the time, but something's happening and you want to catch it on audio. Now when you press and hold, it just vibrated. I don't know if you can see it, but it says REC right there in the black area. It's recording, and you're just going into all of the different apps and things. But there you see it, and it's recording, and you can come over and stop it when you get over to the side. See, it's been recording for 15 seconds, and just to verify it, here's what it sounded like.
You see right there in the black area, it's recording, and you're just going into all of the different apps and things. But
honestly, this is really an amazing watch. Now let's start basically from the beginning. From the opening screen now, I can slide down. You get all these different selections on page 1 and page 2. Running through them quickly, music or mode selection is what we looked at, where we decide if we want to be using the headphones, the watch music, or music streaming from the phone when you're connected to it. When you slide out of here, you get into the music player and you could go directly into playing it. Come back and you're at the watch face. Slide down. We got Bluetooth connectivity. That's where you can turn it on and off if you want to for tethering. Phone call. Come back here. I want you on. You know, Bluetooth, it's finicky. It has to complete a process before it does the next one, so we'll get it back up. Bluetooth calling is here. That brings up your basic number pad for placing a phone call. You've got settings, we'll get to that. This is your languages supported by the watch, and there are a bunch of them in here. You can switch to any of them, or it's set up to just automatically pick up your phone language and use that. Settings we may as well go into. You've got, from the top, Bluetooth, which is what we are going to turn back on. You can do it either here or from where we were in the settings. Languages you just saw. You can set the time manually or let it pick up the time and date directly from the phone. But if you're not going to tether it and you want to set the time, you can do it on this watch. Most of the time, you minimum have to tether at least one time to force the time to come to the watch. That's kind of tricky. Can you twist and come up? No, the twist your wrist brings you into this display from black. Then touching it brings you back to the watch face. So you got to keep moving. Hear that, Uncle Tix? Time zone. Your gesture is for that twist your wrist. You can change the sensitivity if you want to. It's kind of hard to show you that working because we have to wait for the main one to time out, the secondary one to time out, and then the twist your wrist kicks in. Window is whether you see all of your apps and things in a list view or grid view. We're in list view, obviously. Brightness now. Really nice control on this. We'll show you also up at the top pull down. the brightest is really, really bright. I'm going to take you out of here and get you back over to here. Look how bright now that screen is. And when I pull down, this is almost completely washed out. It's so bright. We'll get back into settings. If I swipe over here, that's the brightness control, and that's the lowest setting. So you can run through several different layers of it. I'm going to run it at a 2. That should be just about right. There again is whether you have it in grid or bubble menu style. Do not disturb. This is where you can set your off time from as low as 10 seconds up to 60 seconds. We may as well go to 60. And this, pointer off, number off, these are the always on kind of display. That little analog watch face you saw there was the pointer one. If I switch over to number off, that means when the screen goes off, the number will come on, stay on for a few seconds, and then go black. And when you twist your wrist, that's what you'll see. So we're going to leave it on that one so you can see what the digital version of it looks like as well. Okay, we were over here. That's the QR code to download the Tethering app. Recommend you use the link in the show notes to pick it up from the Google Play Store. And this allows you to lock the screen. Don't forget your password or you're going to be really locked out. That would not be nice. And that all happens from this page. So you got a nice colorful big one here. We tried to turn Bluetooth back on. There we go. And then the other pages goes along with it. When you swipe up, you've got messages sent from your phone, if you have any. And this one, you actually have to go that way to exit. When you slide to the right, that was sliding up. I got to get it just right. We get this panel that pops out. We looked at that just a minute ago. You got time and date. This is for a voice recorder, and this is for the music player. This is your Siri. Well, actually, these are your most recent apps that you had access to. And there you go. There's the digital version of the time. Now let's check out a different watch face for fun. Press and hold. Ooh, there's a nice digital one. There's a fun one, analog and digital. Another bright one. Okay, let's play with that one because not only do you have big digits on here, but you have some active complications that can pop you right over into your music player, as we've looked at before, or back to the watch face. Now, if I swipe to the left, I get into all of my apps. I also can press once on the top button and get to the same place. And let's walk through them. Are you ready? 120 some odd sports, walking, running, climbing. Your basics are up front, ellipticals, basketball, yoga, tennis, and so forth. Then it starts alphabetically and it starts going down the list. Chess, it'll calculate the calories it takes to play chess. Gliding, look at this, gymnastics, hurdles, kung fu, lots and lots of them. The button at the side lets you set either time or calories burned as a goal. And some of them that have movement will get you distance as well, like you're walking and running and such. So lots and lots of sports. If you do an activity that has a trajectory and you do it combined with the phone so that the GPS in your phone can pair with the watch and give you a trajectory, you should see it on the watch. Haven't done that. You've got also your activity, all the exercise data that you record on those different workouts, and that will show up here as well, and in the app too. Then you've got your heart rate, blood oxygen, and blood pressure. All those are readings. We'll show you that in the app and play with it a little bit. This is your daily step count information. This is usually what you see when you page through on a watch, but this one doesn't have them in separate cards. You have to just go through here to get to them. You got the breathing exercise, and this is a unique watch. When it counts down, it starts vibrating while you're inhaling, and when it gets to the top, it stops while you exhaling. So you can close your eyes and gauge your breath with the inhale and exhale and not just wait for a specific little brrr at the beginning or end of the cycle. This one says it'll do blood sugar readings as well, and this is really interesting. I hit start measurement. It supposedly is using green diode technology, see? And it's going to give you your blood glucose reading. in these particular units, and there's a conversion to units that you might want to use that you're comfortable with. Word of warning, this has not been verified at all to be anywhere close to accurate. There's a lot of different opinions about it, and nothing in the literature that really says that non-invasive blood sugar measurement is functional and reliable. So if you're going to take advantage of that, guaranteed you should check it out with your pinpricking process and see if it matches up or not. Last night's sleep is in here, total, light, and deep. That's in the app as well. Here's where you get into your dialing pad for making calls, call records that you've got. Your contacts are in here as well, and text messaging. All that's related to Bluetooth calling. No SIM card in this, although it looks like it's got a place that could hold a SIM card, doesn't it? So maybe a future version will be self-sustaining with its own SIM. I don't know. But for right now, it's Bluetooth calling, and that's how you get to it, is through pairing it up and using these different apps here. You got a calendar, shows you basic calendar on the watch. You've got weather in your area, Fahrenheit or centigrade in the range. Doesn't show you forecast, just that basic information. There's your Bluetooth music and your recorder. We played a lot with that, the voice control. GPS, now that's not going to give you GPS in the watch, but what it does give you is your exact coordinates on planet Earth, latitude and longitude. And as you move around, I presume if you've got your phone with you, it's going to give you the GPS location of your phone as shown on your watch. You've got alarm clocks in here that you can add and set things up. It shows you the time of day on these different displays, which is nice. You've got a stopwatch in this one. When you start it, counts in hundredths of a second. And when you leave it and you come back to it, it reset itself. So it's not a stopwatch that'll run in the background. That would be cool if it did. You got a basic calculator in here, kind of small digits, but nonetheless readable, right? And you've got a couple of games in this one. You've got a little jigsaw puzzle, looks like Mickey and Donald. And you got Tetris that you can play in, as a game in this one too. So really rich, full watch for being such an elegant phone, headphone case in a sense, and player. Find your phones there. Then you get into your social apps, WeChat, QQ, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. No threads yet. This came out just before that. But I'm sure, like I said, that you can set it up to push notifications to the watch from threads or anything else that you want to. Your app QR code, that's what you scan to download the Tethering app, but I recommend you use the link in the show notes. It goes straight to the Google Play Store. And then the overall settings, and we took you through all of this stuff already, didn't we? Your screen off time, long press settings, all of that stuff. Reset code SOS, that's where you set everything up for your phone call. And the About, which is the T93. Business card, that's where you can create a QR code and put it in here so somebody can scan your phone on your watch and get your business card, power off, reset. Yeah, all of this stuff is basic. Do not disturb, vibration. Your silent mode, you can turn that on if you want no vibration. And like we said, the screen off time where you can change from digital to analog and change your overall screen time as well. Wow. A lot of stuff going on in this watch. A couple more watch faces, and then I'm going to show you the app that pairs with this one. This is really nice in that it's got animation going on, and a lot of them, you have to test it, will have connectivity to take you to different places. Okay, see? You never know really what until you try it. On these faces, and there are some a place where you can download faces as well. I think that's about all of them, the stock ones. Okay, let's switch over to the app now. Let's do this. Press and hold. Wait. Vibrated. It's recording. Doesn't even show it there unless I touch it. Then you can barely see it. The Tethering app is V-Band, and from the Google Play Store, this is what it looks like. That's the icon you're looking for to download it. Sometimes there's a bunch of them. Sometimes they have similar names. So you get this one, you set it all up, get an account created for it, pair it with the watch. There's a whole process on that. When you are connected through my watch, you'll come into the sports page. Notice that dial library just popped in because it is paired to this watch. So this is your opening page, and you basically have your steps for the day, your total step count, duration, calories burned. You can go back and forth day, week, month, and year. Very similar to many other watches. Sleep just gives you your awake, your light, and your deep sleep. It's not doing the scientific sleep for REM tracking, which is unfortunate. It'd be nice if you had REM sleep and you could be recording in the background your breathing patterns and snoring, and you had all the time in the day to listen to everything you did at night. But it doesn't do that. So you might want to wear a different watch that has REM sleeping as well. This is really a sound-focused watch, and the apps are just kind of supplemental. We've got blood sugar in here. These are the numbers that it's coming up with. This is the range that it recommends for all these different conditions. And you get your basic numbers here. And I presume it's doing it continuously in the background, it looks like, although I don't see the separate data. You have to do a single group calibration, a multi-group calibration confirmation. Get into this if you need it. If you don't need it, I would just stay away from it because it could be more confusing and detrimental if it's inaccurate to you. So be careful with that one. Here we are in heart rate. You say start testing. The little ball goes around. The watch jumps immediately over to that one, and you can remotely, in Bluetooth range, take any of these biometric readings that are the common ones, like heart rate, like blood pressure, and like blood oxygen. We'll show you this one because it's rather quick. What I love is how the ball slows down as it's getting closer to the top. Reminds me of that wonderful word I learned in math, asymptotic. Boom! It's asymptotically approached infinity, and my heart rate is 71 right now. Okay. Blood pressure, same kind of thing. I could start it, get systolic over diastolic. It's reading low for me. I'm way hyper, more hyper than what it's coming up with. So check yourself. Oh, although the last one was about right. Okay. And blood oxygen, same type of thing. You can start testing on this. It'll do the same thing. Give you separate numbers. I'm not getting a complete full chart anywhere. So these are incremental individual numbers, not continuous. Then here's your GPS running. Now this you have to do in combination with the phone. You start the training on the phone. It should tie in with the watch to bring in things like your heart rate and whatnot, and you'll get your overall track. And I think this is where you'll see the track on the watch as well. Haven't gone that far deep into it in this basic unboxing, but that's what it's supposed to do. And then there's watch movement. This would be your basic step count, I believe. And it's not picking up anything here, so I'm not sure why we're not getting anything, because we do have some data on the watch itself. It might need to resynchronize. Usually you pull down to resynchronize. But it's got the steps and the step count and the calorie stuff here. So that's another category. I'm not quite sure what it means by watch movement. When you get in here now to my watch, it shows you you're connected and your battery level. Here's where you can set up all the message reminder information that you want to. And other apps is where you would put in Threads or Snapchat or something else if you want notifications sent from those to you. You set all this other stuff up. You can close them, open them, all of that. The alarm clock settings can be done in here, pushed to the watch. So you could set an alarm from your phone if you not have your watch handy, and next time you synchronize it would be there. Remote camera, other settings, 12, 24-hour time, your overall units in terms of temperature and distance height are there. You can activate Do Not Disturb or sedentary reminder or drink water reminders, all of those. The heart rate settings is turned on in an interval of 10 minutes, but I'm not really seeing all of that. You can change the increments on here. But we do get the instantaneous readings. Automatic blood sugar detection, every 30 minutes, supposedly. That's what we're seeing on the screen. That was continuous. Twist your wrist to see the screen. Sync your contacts QR code. The receipt code for these different apps, I guess. Now you're getting into payment, and that's That's probably why you have the ability to put a password on the watch. If you're in a country like China where you can use Alipay or WeChat or PayPal, you could set it up to be able to do that directly from the watch. And then, of course, you can clear everything out and reset the watch as necessary. Firmware updates available for this. Then you get to the dial library. It's going to go off to the server and download the list of faces that it has available. There we go. I had it in airplane mode. That's why they didn't pop up right away. These are all different categories. So I've got official, it looks like. And if you slide over, you'll see more and more of them here. All different styles. You can come down, astronaut, that's a new category they've put in. There's the typical ones we see with the rotating astronaut. Black and white, sunset glow, animation on these as well. Really, really sweet. Other watch faces, and of course you could download at least one of any of these to the watch. Block style, landmark, emojis. A lot of these are digital, pictures with the time on them, some of them being animated. Here we get into the pointers, if you like that style of watch. Color bars, cool. A lot of them repeated with different pictures in them. Castles, classic. Girl, cute. Wow. Wallpapers, big numbers if you like just having big digits on your screen. Different superheroes. I think this is the most extensive I've ever seen of these. Let's pop into that one just for fun and say okay. We'll transfer that over to the watch and see what happens. Wow, that's going pretty quick. It's only been about 30 seconds or so. Oh, almost there, stopping. There, finished. And it's updating on the watch. And as soon as it's done, there we are. We've got the really nice watch face. So that's a fun one if you're doing color coordinated matching. And on and on and on. Like I said, you've got a lot of them in here. You have wallpapers. This is where you can change the picture, the information that's shown on the screen, and create your own custom watch face. And then there's a wallpaper gallery, which are the stock pictures that you could use for the background. And they're popping in slowly from the server as well. There. And of course, there's plenty of pictures here. And you can use your own if you want to, too. And that's what you would go into the wallpaper section to make your own custom face. Finally, find, this is where your personal information goes in, female or male, date of birth, and all of that. If you register female, sometimes it'll have the period tracking information, but I'm not seeing it on this particular app, so it probably isn't paired with the watch for that. You can set your target steps and things up in here, background running, about, and so forth. And that's pretty much the app. It could be much more extensive, but it does give you the basic information you need to get going. Wow, the last thing, we had started a recording, right? See, it says REC right there. If I tap it again and hold it, it vibrated and it took it away. So that recording stopped. I can pull this out. I always get the swipe up thing instead. It's very sensitive. Go into the recorder. It's ready to start another recording, but we've been recording all this time. I can come over here and play it.
It doesn't even show it there. Unless I touch it, then you can barely see it. The Tethering app is V-band, and from the Google Play Store.
Remember, I started that recording way back when we started the whole review of the app itself. So it's got great capabilities for voice recording on it. I love this watch. I really do. This is going to be a standard that I'm going to carry around, and it's at a really decent price right now. This review wasn't going to be coming for maybe a month or so from now because I'm so backlogged. But I'm moving it forward and showing it to you today simply because the price is so good, and hope you can get it at that price. I'm going to also see if they'll give me a coupon if it falls out of the discount price, that you can apply the coupon to bring it down at least close to that. But for $70 to get such an awesome watch with beautiful sound, speaker, headphones, and 4 gigabytes of storage, not to mention the really nice display and all of the capabilities of the watch, that's a steal. It really is. This should be in your collection, if not always on your arm. Thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you again soon. I knew some of you would be curious as to exactly what the long press voice report would be, so I'm going to show you. When you select that one, and you're back wherever you are, and you long press on the top, press and hold.
Current time is 15:12.
It reads out digitally in a voice what the current time is. Press again.
Current time is 15:12.
So if you don't want to use it as a voice recorder for that purpose, you can always just tap it to hear what the time is in the middle of the night. Awesome.